What's up, creepers and geekers? Christy, Atari Creep, how is everyone doing today? You know, let's get away from games for a little bit and whatever else I've been probably not doing on the channel, but I think I've been doing it. And let's get back to just exploring a whole bunch of things aside from games and drama. Let's talk about toys again. We haven't talked about toys in a long time, maybe in a live stream or whatever, but more specifically, I want to talk about custom, I guess, action figures. In most cases, I have to put up the quotations, that yours truly, has made. Now, whether it was a kit bash from, a couple other figures, or if it was in some cases they were, scratch sculpts. Regardless, they're custom figures. They're in my collection. There may be one or two I could get rid of, but for the most part, these are for me, my enjoyment, and I'm not really interested in selling any of the MOTU customs. So let me start off small, like literally, and this is just a small handful of figures here. These are more what you would call kit bashing style thing. As a matter of fact, this is the very first guy I molded, the very first guy I casted. I still have that very first casting. It's over on my shelf with my Atari cartridges. But if I remember correctly, this was a John Cena figure from the Dollar Tree. And I got some milliput, and I just gave him like a little whatever face. And I cut the hands and I repositioned. I think this one I moved forward a little bit. And this one I put into this, like, let's go forward. You see? You can see where I jointed it and everything. This is from a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox style car. I made this guy around the same time. As a matter of fact, this is the legs from him, I believe. No, I'm sorry. This was another John Cena figure. I cut off the head and the arms. And I sculpted this little thing. It was supposed to look like a Necronomicon with feet. I was really big into the Necronomicon thing. I call him Necroid. Here's a guy I never did make a mold. This is a Sinister Minister. I was going to give him a hat and everything, but this guy never got molded. I had a few complications. It was a little more of a tricky figure to make molds for, a little above my fucking skills and pay grade. And I'm sad that nobody likes this guy. I had a whole bunch of these for sale. I took them down, I believe, from my Etsy shop. This is, I don't know, it's a tree stump owl guy? Oh, his name is Derpum. Nobody liked him. I had a whole bunch of these made in different colors. I had a bunch in this. But, yeah. This figure here isn't so much a custom. I mean, it is a custom. God, I can't remember who it was. I do apologize. If I can figure... I'll go to my Instagram if I remember, and I'll pull up the guy's account. But he was making these as, like, a kit, It was a Gonk droid with, I believe these are like Fisher Price, I don't know, toy feet and everything. And I'd seen this and I'm like, dude, you know what? I have a couple of different figure things here. At the time I was making these R2s with skulls, and I had a couple that didn't like cast quite right and everything. Basically, you could make a nice custom out of a few of them. So we did like an art swap, and I'll show you again if I remember to go over there here. I'll put up what he did here with what I sent him. And this is what I ended up coming up with. I believe this is a Lego piece. This came off of a Dollar Tree mech. These two pieces I think came off of, and this here, a helicopter toy. I believe it was a G.I. Joe helicopter that I cut apart for pieces. It's a Gonk droid. I mean, I ended up going to the Dollar Tree and getting like this Lego helicopter and use this so I could swivel the legs. The idea is he's walking like, wah, 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 and he's like, fuck your feelings. Let's go into the MOTU figures. How about my most recent? This is Craynom. His arms are articulated. The body kind of is too. It's held together with magnets. I wish I had made this a little smaller here, because I didn't account for the magnets and it doesn't seat all the way against the body. So I have some refining to do. Mom gave me this skull. It originally had a solar panel here, and it was like a ground stake that would light up at night for your Halloween pleasure, I suppose. And I was like, that would make a great custom MOTU figure. This body here, I actually still have the head. Still have the head. Was a mecha neck. What I did for the... Hopefully I don't pop it off. There we go. What I ended up doing for the joint, no joke, is I put a bunch of hot glue in here And then when it was dry, I pulled it out and I secured it to this with a whole bunch of different kinds of strong adhesives. And I wouldn't take this off too much, but yeah, there you go. That's Craynom, K-A-R-Y-N-U-M, I guess, N-O-O-M-B, Craynom, cranium. You get the idea. The next one, I hope you guys recognize, not so much the figure itself. I just dipped his foot in my, I dipped his fucking foot in the coffee. You know what? Let's do this so you can actually see the figure in frame. Yeah, I'll do that too so you can see him finally. Yeah, well, now you get a preview. It's Rick. It's Rick from your Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse. This is an interesting figure. This body, arms and legs are from the, what was the series called? Savage World. When they took the He-Man style barbarian figures and clashed them up with, you know, Freddy, Jason, Leatherface. I believe there was a Pinhead and Michael Myers. The bodies of Michael Myers. The head was a mold and recast of their version of Jason Voorhees. And I just sculpted a mask on the top of it. I don't think I did the greatest job with the mask, because it was just one of those things where I just wanted to get it fucking done. So I just threw some paint on it after sanding it a little bit. And all I really did was gave the figure a repaint. It looks like some of it's chipping up. But the chainsaw, I mean, I wanted to put the 2x4 in his hand, but I thought the chainsaw was more iconic. This is from a dollar store. I believe it was a wrestling or a ninja figure. Maybe it was a ninja wrestler. But they all came with like weird accessories, and one of them was a chainsaw, and I grabbed it and said, you know what, one of these days I know I'm going to use that for a Rick figure. And it came together. Now, where did the head to this go? We're going to skip from Motu for a minute because this actually leads into the next figure. The head, we built this on the channel as well. I believe this might have been on the channel. I don't know. A few of these were made on the channel. I used the head to make this custom Mego Michael Myers figure. It was originally an Action Jackson figure. This was the head of Action Jackson. I know it's not a blonde like in the movie, but I made the jack-o'-lantern head from the hold because, you know, why not, from the 2018 Halloween. And the knife is actually from this guy when he was Michael Myers, when he had this head. The head needed repainting. I had to remove a logo from this. We dirtied up the suit, dirtied up his hands. Got a little bit of blood on the knife. Of course, we worked on the skull thing. And I have them on this Mego stand that I 3D printed. I got a bunch of these from my Mego figures. But, yeah. So that was a great example of two figures becoming, well, technically three, I guess. No, two figures. I'm dumb. Becoming something completely different. And it's wonderful. Isn't it fucking wonderful? All right, last of the Motus for now, anyway. Oh, my God. Editing Chris here. How could I forget He-Tee? H-E-T-E-E. This guy here, I believe the head was a 3D print I did a long time ago. Yeah, because you can see where I joined it right there if you look real close. The body, legs, and everything are from an actual He-Man figure. Yeah, I popped his head off. This is where his head is now, and I'm trying to work with this. I just don't know where to go. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Oh, and by the way, Toy Gatekeepers, smoke my pole. I'm going to keep cutting these fuckers up because it's fun. So back to this rad guy. Yeah, so I hand painted all this. His eyes, the body. I figured I'd just do green here because, you know, E.T. the 2600 game, green. I could have done a better job with the body and everything. The hands come from a NECA set. Well, this hand does anyway. I do have one of the E.T. NECA figures. This came with it too. Obviously, I had to manipulate it for it to fit on He-Tee here. There we go. That's how it should be. But yeah, there you go. That's He-Tee. My apologies for breaking in. I can't believe I totally missed this guy. Here we go. This guy is not finished yet. You notice he's on his do-back? I have these displayed with Masters of the Universe style figures. With their beasts. I have something about that. Whenever I make a custom, I need to find a beast for him. And my buddy, Clico Joe, sent this to me with a care package. And I'm like, that's perfect for my Mando guy. It's Star Wars related. So, this was a Rio Grande figure from Masters of the Universe. I believe we did do this on the channel as well. I remember I had to sculpt away his face. I made him faceless to get the helmet on. The helmet is a Pez dispenser that came in a 2-pack, him and Grogu, and I was hoping Grogu would be small enough to fit in this little gap. The idea was not original. I had seen someone who did it, and they did it completely different. So I went my way, they went their way. But they did have a little Grogu hiding here, and they removed this gun here. I've kept the gun unpainted until I can find a Grogu small enough for there that looks cool. It didn't really change much about the figure itself. I just repainted the body mainly, and I think I painted these brown. I know I painted the body. I'm pretty damn sure. The chest plate was from the Black Series figure. I took a mold of it. I would like to eventually give him his shoulder armor, and I thought about doing a cape. But I thought instead of a jetpack, fucking why not just leave this thing on it, you know? It kind of works with the helmet. You gotta kind of fuck with it. Gotta kind of fuck with it a little bit. You go, and he will stand as well. Pretty well for a vintage MOTU figure. I mean, this was a legit figure, and I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of, why did you destroy that? Because I fucking wanted to. It was my figure, my vision. Oh no, let's put him on his dewback. Let's put him on his dewback. We did this on the channel too. This is the Grave Boy, I believe we dubbed it. Dollar Tree legs and hands. This is a piece of whatever was inside of here. I don't know what that went to. Some of you tech guys can tell me. Coat hanger and actual just wire wrapped around it, jammed into the body. Yeah, I mean it's crude. Button's still working, everything. And that face right there, I just, you know, I printed it on the printer. I think it was a clip art. I typed in 8-bit or video game Frankenstein's monster and got a bunch of different choices. And I actually asked you guys which one was best. And everyone universally liked this one, which is good because there was a square blocky version that someone had already done pretty much the same thing with. So, last one I want to show you for now, again, is one that we worked on together on the channel. And it's this guy. G.I. Jason. G.I. Jason. We made the mask. I mean, I didn't do his face proper. I just did it enough so you could see, you know, the crap around. His ears are all fucked up. There are humps in here, believe it or not. It's part 3 Jason Voorhees. I guess pretty much right after Chris takes out his knee. I'm pretty sure that was the right knee, right? Or I should say the correct knee. This is a popsicle stick. The machete. The clothes were camouflage. I just used acrylic paint on them. We dirtied it up. The only thing is I don't have a proper hand for this one. I do have a toy hand that's like, you know the ones you can put on the end of your finger? Well, my work had ones that were just small enough to be in scale with this. I just need to attach it and be good with it. Let's see, here we go. The mask itself came from a mold. I might actually have the mold right here. Visual shit. Spirit Halloween sold these for a while. I don't know if they still do, but yeah, I was making little magnets from this thing for a while. They're supposed to be for ice cubes, but oh yeah, there you go. There's my custom figures. You know what? They're already kind of lined up for a thumbnail. Look at that. They're already ready for a thumbnail. Let me see if I can't get Mr. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I just turned his head. I'll put this guy here. We'll put this guy here. And we'll get my little gonky gonk. There we go, guys. That's just a few of my custom figures, custom creations, things I do. That's what I do. If you're fairly new, that's what I do. I make things, whether they're meaningful or not. I just continue to create. Here's a custom figure I'm working on right now. It's a Darth Vader Pez dispenser Voorhees. It's Darth Voorhees as a MOTU figure. This was a mold I took of a 3D printed MOTU body, so I didn't have to keep cutting up MOTU. Well, it's not MOTU, but you know what I mean. And that's from a Dollar Tree mech, probably the same one that I stole from him. Stole for him. So I always have things in the works, whether or not I ever finish. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, as you can see. Guys, thank you always so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Looking at these. I'm willing to sell him, but I'm not selling him cheap, even if he's delicate. Let me know. I'm pretty firm on my price on it, because I worked my ass off on it. So it'll be under $100, but come expecting a number that might drop your jaw. DJC, what's going on? No, seriously, guys. Wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well. Let me know which one of these is your favorite. Until next time, take care, keep it real, and bye-bye.